Okay, so, God, no. I can't tell if it's cutting out part of the window. Do I just need to full screen it? That doesn't help me. Wonk. Okay, take two. I think it's fine. It may not look fine, but it's fine. Hi! Fancy seeing you here. I'm Cryptic Luna, and this isn't a game. This is a Dark Triad test, and I have a free personality test queued up. Planets is done. Well, not done. Done for now. Caius's route has come to an end, and so I wanted to kind of change what we're doing for a little bit before jumping back into planets. And this is kind of filler, because I have a plan for what I want to do, but I need to wait until my next paycheck. So, that'll be coming soon, and I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but it's cool. To me, it's really cool. So, actually, Steven did this, live stream where he took, some of these tests. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched his entire Dark Triad test in, halfway through or something of the free personality test. Whatever. I'm not claiming that this idea is original. I will perfectly admit that it came from watching actually Steven's live stream, because I needed something to do, and I figured a personality test would be a good way to put myself out there and to kind of, put who I am out there. So this is the Dark Triad test. It is a personality inventory that explores the socially undesirable traits of narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. I don't think I have any of these, but I guess we'll find out. So let's just start, I guess. I easily lose my temper. Not as much anymore as when I was younger. But I guess I will put agree, because I do sometimes. I've never been in trouble with the law. Correct! I have good relations with my family. Okay, so this is a mixed answer. With my close immediate family, like my dad and my siblings, we have great relations. Maybe not always the closest relations, but they're good relations, and we spend a lot of time together. We just may not always necessarily, like my brother and I, we don't always necessarily, understand each other, but it's not that we don't have good relations. However, anyone outside of, immediate family, not so much. It's not that we have, quote-unquote, bad relations, but we don't have any relations. So I guess I'll, midway agree. Because, for the most part, yes. I keep track of sensitive information that can be used to hurt people at a later time. Nah. I don't have that much energy in me. I can't say I will, have never done it. But I don't think I did it intentionally. I dominate social situations. Nope. If there's a social situation, I'm the farthest from dominating it. I'm the one in the corner being like, look, I found the dog. So I'm not talking to anyone and nobody's talking about me. I can enjoy picking on losers. Not really, not in a serious way. It's one thing if, you're with a group of friends, and, someone loses and you're kind of haha. But in general, no. Especially not in, serious context. I get frustrated easily. That one, yes. I don't necessarily lose my temper easily, but I do get frustrated easily. I use insincere flattery to get my way. No. I can't say that I've never not used insincere flattery, but it's more of like a nervous tick. When I don't know what else to say, I compliment something. So usually it's not like insincere. Just maybe wouldn't be something I'd necessarily talk about if it wasn't for the fact I was nervous and had no idea what else to say. Like, recently I was in my boss's office and we were talking about something like relatively important and I didn't know what else to say, so I was just kind of like, I like the decorations in your office. Does that sound weird? It's like my panic response, just, oh, I don't know what to say, therefore compliments. Because everyone likes compliments, or for the most part. Being ethical is more important than getting ahead in the world. I'll partially agree. Not because I think not because I think getting ahead in the world is more important, but because I don't agree with some of the ethics we push so harshly. I feel like we could ease up on some of them, and it would be a little bit better. I'm sorry, I only woke up like half an hour to an hour ago. I don't have the greatest answers. Fantasize about extraordinary prestige or status. Kind of. Not in the sense of like, oh, I can't wait to be famous. I would love to be famous. Ha ha ha. But in the sense where I do want my YouTube channel to go somewhere. And I do want to put myself out there. I want to do something good. I want to give to people. I want to be able to use a higher, not necessarily a higher status, but a more well-known status to do good things, to promote self-love, and to promote people, or to give people a place. Just, I want to represent the things that matter to me, and I want to have the platform to do it with. That's really important to me. I do what I want. I do not feel particularly obliged to anyone. I'm gonna leave that on neutral, because it really depends on, well, I'm a bit of a doormat. I've improved a lot. But if, like, to give a small scale example, if someone walks up to me and asks me a question, I feel bad if I don't know the answer because I feel like I'm obliged to answer them. But no. Because that's not necessarily... It is kind of, but I don't help them because I feel obliged to help them. I help them because, like, you know, I know what it's like to be confused about something and I want to help. And so I feel bad when I don't have an answer. Or I feel stupid if I don't have an answer. But I'm working on the stupid part. But for the most part, when I do things for other people, it's not because I feel obliged to do it. Because I'm just like, yeah, sure, let's do this. Yeah. I'm all for it. I mislead people so as to look better in their eyes. But not... Okay. This seems bad. But I don't mislead people as to look better in their eyes. Because as a manipulation tactic, I do it as an anxious tactic. And I do it unintentionally. And oftentimes it doesn't work anyway. But what I end up doing is when I'm in, like, a new scenario, I'll end up mimicking someone else's personality. And I've seen myself do it sometimes in my recordings, too, where I'll mimic behaviors of the most recent YouTuber I've watched. I hate it. I really hate it. And I'm trying to get better about being me. But I feel like that does count as technically I do unintentionally put on a front that misleads people because I'm trying to look better in their eyes because I want them to like me. I'm especially motivated towards making friends with famous people. I'm not especially motivated. I don't have any famous people as friends. The biggest reason that I would care about making friends with a famous person, and not even so much like big time famous, but like bigger YouTubers, is just because I care so much about them that I really, really, really want to be there for them, as more than just one of their thousands of numbers. I really want just really be there for them. And I feel like I can't be, and it makes me sad. Or I feel sad about it. It doesn't make me sad. Nothing makes me sad. Feeling is something I do on my own. I use lies to get my way. No. I can't say. No, I don't really lie. But if I was going to lie, it's not to get my way. It's usually, again, probably an anxious response, being afraid of telling the truth about something. I despise people who can't control their emotions. To some extent. I don't despise them. No, I don't despise. I just get sad that they're not in a good enough place in their life to really have the time and energy to put towards working on that, and maybe they don't even realize that it can get better. Because I used to not be able to control my emotions very well. Sometimes I still can't. And I've grown up around people who couldn't control their emotions very well, and I don't despise. It just makes me sad. I feel sad. I avoid direct conflict with people who may be useful to me in the future. No. I just avoid direct conflict. That's not necessarily true. I am both anxious and headstrong. If something really matters to me, I'm gonna butt heads with you. I butt heads with my dad quite frequently. It's not as bad as it used to be. We used to go head and head. So did my sister and I. I was headstrong about everything. But I do also have some anxieties with being in direct conflict. How long? I can't check how long it's been going for because I'm on a screen recording. I've often been called callous or insensitive. When I was younger, I had a lot harder time grasping how other people felt because I just didn't quite feel the same way about some things. It was really bad when, it was, middle school to junior high relationships. And one of my best friends would break up with their boyfriend, and they'd be so crushed. And I'd just be sitting there and be like, girl, y'all are, what, 15 or younger? Get over it. Which was awful and was not the right way for me to be a friend. But I was also in a state where I never had a relationship. I didn't really care about relationships. It didn't work out so well. But I was always the one who was able to, pull the bullshit out of things. I deserve to have great recognition, acknowledgement, and success come my way. I mean, I think to some extent, not great recognition, but acknowledgement and success. I think everyone, to some extent, deserves that. I do struggle to feel that way. But I will say, you know what? Yeah, I kind of agree. Because, everyone deserves success. Everyone deserves to be acknowledged for their success. Not necessarily that you need the acknowledgement, but you do deserve it. You are valid and your struggles are valid. And every single day where you get up and fight something, it is a success. I exploit others towards my own ends. I've gotten over it, but there was a point when I was younger where I was kind of bad about this, and again, it was something I would do unintentionally. It just kind of would happen. I don't have a direct example, but I don't anymore. I've improved a lot. All people are deserving of basic respect. No. I think, and that's a lot coming from me, I'm the kind of person where I can look at a really shitty person and find a reason for why they are the way they are. Does not mean they deserve respect. Does not mean they deserve my respect. Does not mean that I have to put up with it or that anyone else has to put up with it. But I can sympathize and understand their origins. And I think that's a strength that I have. I have grandiose tendencies. No, not really. I look down on people who unwisely share their secrets. What counts as unwisely sharing your secrets? I mean, I don't look down on anyone. Will I be concerned and be like, I don't know if that was the best decision to tell this secret, Just saying. But I wouldn't put someone down or look down on them. I'd just be concerned with what may come their way by sharing a secret unwisely. I manipulate others to get my way. When I was really, really, really little, I tried. It didn't work. But it wasn't... A lot of it came from different problems. When I was a kid, I really wasn't good at being social at all. It's not a whole lot better, but I handle it better now. But I had, one friend. He was my friend for not even that long of a period of time. But he found a different friend, and he started playing with him at recess. So to try and, guilt trip him into playing with me, I would, cry at recess and yell at him for it. And it's I was trying to manipulate him into playing with me because I didn't have very many other friends. I think at the time I was doing it, I don't think I had any friends, and that's the reason why, is because I was so desperate for someone. So, I have way in the past, but I don't anymore, and when I did do it, it wasn't me trying to be mean. Others should pay special attention to me. No. Nah. I have a grand sense of self-importance. I wouldn't say it's grand. I'll leave it on neutral, because it's not a grand sense of self-importance, but everyone deserves to have some sense of self-importance. You are important, and you matter. I am egocentric. Not really. I expect special favors from others. Not really. I am not as upset as others when someone dies. So this is... Yes and no. I've only had 2 major deaths happen in my life. And the first one was my uncle, who he was about the only external family member that I really had connection to anymore. And that, for the most part, I cried when I was told, then I stopped and I just moved on. And then last year on August 23rd, I lost my mother. It was a very long, kind of painful story of what happened and what led up to it. And it was completely unexpected because she was making progress in the hospital and she was doing a lot better. And we thought she was going to come back home. And I got a call from my sister saying, we have to go up to the hospital, like, now. And then I got into the car and I was told Mom was dying. So we drove all the way up there. And by the time we got there, Mom was already gone. And I cried really hard. Really hard. I cried at her side. I talked to her. And there was definitely an onset of denial as I watched her lifeless body, and I tried to wait for some type of sign that she would wake up again. But then out of nowhere, I just became really calm. And everything was just kind of okay. And I just kind of accepted her death. If anything, I was just really happy she was out of pain. So, I'll say agree to some extent. Because I seemed to get really upset at first. And then I kind of hit this wall where I just kind of move on. It's like cry, cry, cry. Alright, they're gone. Crying's not going to bring them back. But please remember that it's important to accept your grief however it comes. I did a whole presentation about this about a month after my mom died to my speech class about grief. The stages of grief can come in different orders. It's not going to be the same for everybody. And your grief could come and go. You could be fine for months and then break down over something. It's important to accept your grief however it comes. It really is. It's okay. And you're going to make it through it. I feel I'm more special than others. Not special, but I think I do have some strengths that some other people lack a lot of, and I think need to be more commonly spread. I get moods where I act on a whim, thinking little of the consequences or risk. No, I overthink just about everything. I'm better than others. No, I'm not better than others. Nobody is inherently better than another person. We are all disastrous humans walking this plane of existence trying to navigate this bullshit world. I want others to admire me. I mean, I think to some extent everyone wants other people to admire them, even a little bit. But for the most part, I don't really care. Most people are lazy and don't work hard unless they have to. There are some people who are. But I don't think it's necessarily because they are lazy. I think there are other things that they are struggling with. Or maybe they don't agree with this world. But sometimes, yeah. But not most people. Caring about the morality of your actions is for losers. No. I am cynical. What does cynical mean? It's one of those words where, like, I've heard it, but for some reason, like, I couldn't define it. Believing that people are motivated by self-interest, distrustful of humans. Oh, no. Nah, I'm not cynical. I often lack remorse. Nah. Wow, okay. So I am significantly less narcissistic than the average population. I am less Machiavellianism than the average, and I am slightly more psychotic or psychopathic than the average. It's a weird combination, but okay. But I'm still 7.17% lighter than the average person. Yeah. So that's fun. And the second test I have real quick, now that we know I'm not too bad of a person, I'm slightly psychopathic, but, you know, it's fine. Probably my answer's like death upsets me more, or death upsets me less than other people. Probably those types of answers did that. I have the free personality test, and I've taken this before, but I don't remember my exact answers, so I figured I'd just take it again. You enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. No. No. You often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. Yeah. I go on, like, long lists in my head of, like, the way the world would be in just a completely different scenario with different rules. I do it way too often. Your travel plan's more likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed itinerary. Yeah, but I also would feel bad. I would feel anxious not having enough details and not having enough worked out. So I guess I'll disagree slightly. If other people are in charge of the traveling plans, whatever. But if I'm in charge of them, I would be too anxious to just let it be a rough list of ideas. I'd be like, no. We're gonna mess something up. You often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after it has taken place. Yes, it, like, circulates in my head and it doesn't go away. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is to support them emotionally, not to try and solve their problem. I think I do struggle with this a little. I think it's hard because I hate seeing them hurt. I want to try and fix it. I'm trying to learn that I can't fix everything and I just need to support people sometimes. I'm getting there. People can rarely upset you. I get upset a lot with people. A lot of it, though, isn't me being upset at them, it's me being upset at myself for something I did to them. You often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. Yeah. Unless I, like, know them really well already. Yeah. And it's why I don't make a lot of friendships, because a lot of people, they expect you to, you know, contribute. I can't. I can never think of things to say. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority to get back on track as soon as possible. It didn't used to be, but I'm trying. I'm really trying to get better at it. I'm really trying. You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone you met. I mean, for the most part, I don't care, but it is in the back of my mind, wriggling around. It would be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored. Yes and no. Because, for the most part, no. I technically spend most of my weekends not all by myself, because Dad's usually here, but we're often always doing our own things. So kind of, but also not kind of. You are more of a detail-oriented person than a big-picture person. See, I don't really know. I really don't know which one I am. So I'm going to put neutral. You're very affectionate with people you care about. I can be. If I know they're okay with it, I can be. But if people are less okay with it, I'm okay with their boundaries, and I don't try my best not to cross over them. You have a careful and methodical approach to life. No. My life has been kind of a mess when it comes to my own actions. I'm not the most careful and methodic. A lot of it has been being lazy and doing the bare minimum. You are still bothered by the mistakes you made a long time ago. Yeah, oftentimes. Just because I wonder how different things would be if I hadn't made those mistakes. At parties or similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. Correct. I am the person in the corner. That is me. I was surprised when Steven took this test how social he was. And it just kind of made me pause and think, people could be that social, but people can actually be that social. People can actually be that social? Oh. I really didn't know that was a thing. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them. It depends. When all they do is let their emotions guide them and they never listen to any logic, yeah. Then it's like, then I see them get themselves into loops where they get hurt a lot. And it makes it difficult to relate to them because, or even connect to them, because I know they won't listen to me. When looking for a movie to watch, you can spend ages browsing the catalog. Yeah, I'm really picky and I don't like a lot of movies. I don't like movies a ton in general. I'd rather talk to someone close to me for an hour or watch shorter videos and get variety than spend a long period of time watching a singular movie. You can stay calm under a lot of pressure. Not really. I can if someone is there helping me to stay calm. But if I'm on my own trying to keep myself calm, no. When in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping right into their conversation. Heck no. My mindset is usually always, they already have a conversation with this specific group of people. I don't fit into that puzzle. When you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre and fantastical. Yeah, my dreams are wild. They are so weird. And I remember a lot of my dreams, because when I do remember my dreams, they are weirdly vivid. And they are always so weird. Maybe sometime I'll do, like, stories over my dreams. And in your opinion, it is sometimes okay to step on others, get ahead in life. No. You are dedicated and focused on your goals, only rarely getting sidetracked. No, I barely have goals. If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, or your knowledge. Yeah, I'm working on it. Trying my best. When at a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to ones you already know. Correct. Introducing myself to new people just doesn't seem to be something my brain can do. Usually you lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical. Sometimes, yeah. Mainly because when it comes down to philosophical topics, everyone is so different in their beliefs that it's hard to really hold a decent conversation, in my opinion. You would never let yourself cry in front of others. A little bit. That's something I need to work on, because it's okay to cry. it's still hard for me to. I'm trying my best, though. You feel more drawn to places with nope. When I'm in bustling and busy atmospheres, my brain just turns it all into one big conglomerate noise, and it overwhelms me. In fact, just this Thursday, I was up in a different town doing an autism screening, and she pulled out this picture, and it had so much stuff going on. It had, like, a resort, a pool, a diving board, a tennis court, a golf court, boats, planes, the beach, golf carts. There was a lot of stuff going on, but most importantly, there were people in it everywhere. And the first thing I told her was, okay, too many people. Take out all of the people except for 2. Maybe. Then get rid of the loud airplane, get rid of this loud big boat with the tootie horn, and get rid of this loud boat with the motor. Get rid of the golf carts, okay. They're not too loud. But just get rid of the noise, get rid of the stimuli, get rid of it all. You like discussing different views and theories on what the world could look like in the future. Kind of. Mostly I go radical. I go, if the world was taken over by some other force tomorrow, what could the world be like? I don't care what happens if humans keep driving it. I think we're boring. When it comes to making life-changing choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head. I think I need to get better at listening to my heart. I listen to my head a lot, and then I psych myself out of doing anything that I want. You cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to the study of something that you cannot see, touch, or experience. No. I think sometimes that's potentially the most exciting. And that maybe studying it is trying to find a way to see, touch, or experience it. You usually prefer to get your revenge rather than forgive. No, I'd rather just move the heck on. You often make decisions on a whim. Nope. The time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting and satisfying than the time you spend with other people. Not always. I do a lot of the same things over and over. Other people kind of push me to do something different. You often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning of a message of a song or movie. You always know exactly what you want. Nope. I never know. People ask me, what do you want to do when you're older? I don't know. What do you want to do as a job after college? I don't know. What are you in college for? I don't know. What do you want for dinner? I don't know. Where do you want to go? I don't know. What game do you want to play? I don't know. It's like, I don't know. You rarely think back on the choices you made and wonder what you could have done differently. Wonder what I could have done differently. Sometimes, but not really. When in a public place, you usually stick to quieter and less crowded places. Amen. You tend to focus on present realities rather than future possibilities. No, I think I need to focus on the present more. The instant I try to make a change for myself, I think about what kind of implications is this going to have on my future? You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. No, I'm pretty good. I'd like to say I'm pretty good at understanding how other people feel and where it comes from. When starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions up front as possible. Yeah, a little bit. I like to make sure we have some type of groundwork laid out. When you know someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will be until they become disappointed in you. Yeah, that's a bad one. Because I wasn't such a good person in the past. It's really easy for me to wonder how long it's going to be before someone's tired of me. It's something I'm working on, like everything else. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. No. I think we've gathered by the other answers. The answer is no. You often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas or scenarios. Sometimes, yes. Especially if I'm planning on turning it into something like a book or a game. You look after yourself first and others come in second. No, I need to work on putting myself first. But usually, it's just... they're kind of like equally balanced. And it's not necessarily that I push away my own needs to take care of other people. But it's hard for me to walk away from someone in need when maybe I need a breather and stuff like that. Even when you have planned a particular daily routine, you usually just end up doing what you feel like at the given moment. Yeah, it's bad. Usually the thing I want to do at the given moment is not what I need to be doing. Your mood can change very quickly. Yep, it can take 1 second to make me spiral into tears. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. Yeah. Just because I feel like we are so different, we can't be here for no reason. We can't just be here to be here. There's gotta be something we're missing. And also, like, death. No one can convince me there's absolutely nothing after death. To know that my perspective, my singular perspective that I've been hyper aware of since being a child and couldn't make anyone else understand, like, it's insane to me that I can only see through my eyes, and I have no idea what anyone else's perspective is, what they see, if they even see the same colors as me, if, things aren't distorted or warped. It just, there's so much that I don't know because I cannot see through other people's eyes, and that's crazy. And to me, there's no way that existence can suddenly just cease. And then you are nothing. You are completely gone. You will never ever be aware that your existence will just stop. That doesn't make sense to me. You often talk about your own feelings and emotions. No. I need to get better at this, but often it's because I don't understand my own feelings and emotions to talk about them. So, you got detailed education or career development plans stretching several years? No. I'm stalling. And that's my college career. I'm stalling. You rarely dwell on your regrets. I've gotten pretty good at not dwelling on past regrets. I just worry about how things I've done in the past might affect how someone might view me. Spending time in the dynamic atmosphere with lots of people around quickly makes you feel drained and in need of getaway. Yes! You see yourself more as a realist than a visionary. I don't know. I'm a weird mix of a lot of things. You find it easy to empathize with a person who has gone through something you never have. Right. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energies than to organized and consistent efforts. Yeah. I'm trying to rein it in, just because it's not effective doing it this way. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Sometimes I've gotten a lot better at it. After a long and exhausting week, a fun party is just what you need. No. Being locked in my room is what I need. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological advancement could change everyday life. Not really, I don't care. You always consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. For the most part, yeah. You still honor the commitments you have made even if you have a change of heart. Depends on how big the change of heart is. You rarely feel insecure. No, I feel insecure a lot. I am improving a lot, though, on it. So I'm a mediator. I am an introverted, intuitive, feeling, prospecting, turbulent person. Let's see a little bit. No, I've already gotten these answers before. Mediator personalities are true idealists, always looking for the hint of good in even the worst people and events, searching for ways to make things better. Yeah. While they may be perceived as calm, reserved, or even shy, mediators have an inner flame and passion that can truly shine. Comprising just 4% of the population, the risk of feeling misunderstood is unfortunately high for the mediator type. But when they find like-minded people to spend their time with, the harmony they feel will be a fountain of joy and inspiration. I can relate to that really hard. And I think I have a hard time making friends because I just don't connect with a lot of people. I don't feel like they understand. They feel like they're out of a different mindset than I am. But every now and then, I find just the right person, and we soar. Being a part of a diplomat role group, mediators are guided by their principles rather than by logic, excitement, or practicality. I don't know, I think I'm pretty good at blending all of those together. They will look to honor, beauty, morality, and virtue, purity of their intent, not rewards or punishment. To some extent, I could see that. We know what we are, but know not what we may be. At their best, these qualities enable mediators to communicate deeply with others, easily speaking in metaphors and parables, and understanding and creating symbols to share their ideas. Fantasy worlds in particular fascinate mediators. Yes. Mediators' ability with language doesn't stop with their native tongue either. Get to learning a second or third language. I do pick up on other languages pretty well. Listen to many people, but talk to few. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. What are my strengths and weaknesses? Idealistic. Seek and value harmony. Open-minded and flexible. I don't know about flexible. I struggle with being flexible. Creative, passionate, and energetic, dedicated and hardworking. Too idealistic, too altruistic, impractical, dislike dealing with data. Actually, I don't know. I used to have, data spreadsheets keeping track of all of my habits. Take things personally. Yeah, I take a lot of things personally. And difficult to get to know. Yeah, I can see myself as particularly difficult to get to know. See my career paths. Well, that didn't give me a quick and easy answer. Well, there you go. I think that's all you really need to know about me. I hope you enjoyed this video because I enjoyed taking it. I enjoyed verbalizing my responses. This is probably a very long video, and that's okay. Anyways, if you're feeling talkative, leave me a comment because I love comments. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up to show me your support. And if you really like my content, subscribe and ring that notification bell to be notified of my every upload and live stream. Live streams are not every week. Just gonna throw that out there now. Remember to... Well, actually, real quick. Let me talk about something. At the moment, I am looking at uploading on Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and that's kind of my schedule. Sundays are the Minecraft vanilla. Tuesdays were planets, but they're going to be transitioning into something else for a little bit. Today it's this, as it's filler. Thursday at the moment is the Necrodancer. And Saturdays are sometimes live streams, depending on how I feel. We'll just have to see, especially with the semester starting tomorrow. I don't know how often I'm going to do live streams anymore. But it's there as an option. Anyways, remember to love yourselves and stay safe. Goodbye.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro, don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming.